be that creative. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, would I love the marketing budget of a traditional Big Four pub? Of course I would.
But that's the thing. I feel like that's what they sell you on. But I've heard that you do you have to do a major chunk of your marketing anyway.
Welcome to the Daylos Diaries.
So, especially if you're a debut. So I'm not even sure that there's a, return on investment from a marketing sense. You do get, with a contract, you maybe get in advance. You do get editing and, all the formatting and publishing and production costs are covered for you. So there is something to be said for that, because those aren't nothing.
No, that's fine. No, that's I was gonna get on to that. My next point is that it just feels like they offer you things that, it's tedious. It's the editing, finding an editor, finding a formatter, and all that fun stuff. But I mean, I rather support another indie editor and an indie artist and an indie formatter and a typesetter and everything like that. So it just feels like there's a more open economy.
Yes.
Then it's just saying, okay, I'm just working with this one company and it's just whatever they give me. I mean, it just feels better to me. I like that economy better than the alternative.
Yeah, I agree. It very much is a business. You're an author, but you're also a small business owner. And to some people that can, really freak them out, because that is a lot of stuff. You're dealing with a lot of things. And to others, it's invigorating, having being able to make those personal relationships and getting to hire your editor, hire your cover designer. And yeah, I mean, you have to pay them, but like I said, it's a small business, and every business does, there is some amount of investment that comes with it.
How often do you come out with books?
I have been doing 2 a year. This year I'm only going to do 1, but I like the 2 a year. I like that sort of cadence.
So how, for 2 a year, what's the process look like for writing 2 books a year? Because it's that's my goal too. It's 2 books a year seems like a good number. I mean, 6 months per project, it seems like.
Yeah. So I do it. When I did Misadventure, I did 1, 2, 3 over the course of it was September, April, and then September again. Looking back, I would have probably gotten further along in the writing before I'd released the first book. That was my kind of mistake. It is pretty much you come up with, it takes me, if you know how long it takes you to write a book, for me, it's between 1, 2, 3, it's between 2 and 3 months, depending on how motivated or what else is going on in my life. And then another couple of weeks for my first round of review, another couple of weeks to make changes, then it goes to beta, then it goes to revision. So I can finish a book if I'm from beginning to end, it probably takes me about 5 months. So I can do publish, okay, and just kind of put out a book, write it, put it out, write it. Going forward, my point in taking a little bit of extra time is to kind of get it so by the time I publish one book, I've already written the next one, so I'm not writing to deadline constantly. But yeah, it's all about just knowing your speed and knowing your numbers.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the serial fiction route.
Yeah,
and that's the route I'm taking, mostly because it allows me to. It's Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah,
has blown up, and I'm that is that is the model I want to follow in a sense, because it's a serial fiction, and I think I want to follow that route. Because it's one of those things that I feel serial fiction closes that feedback loop a little bit.
Did you know?
And gets you.
Speaking of which.